Hello, Libra. This is your April 2022 reading. So the top row represents the overall feel for the month, and then the bottom row represents kind of like a general feel for each week. So in the top row, you have the Page of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the Chariot. Then you have the Six of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. So kind of smushing everything together. The Page of Cups represents, it's about emotions. The pages are the young people in the tarot decks, and it's all about emotions and new emotions. But I feel like the Queen of Pentacles, she's very practical and she's very stable. And then with the Chariot, I feel like there's something going on of maybe an emotional level, something that you were attached to or your emotions were very heavily involved in. This could be a relationship, but I feel like you're getting this kind of you're moving forward from something. I think you're moving on in a sense because you have the Six of Swords here, which is all about thoughts. The swords represent our thoughts, and this is moving from or transitioning. And sometimes this card has a level of sadness in a sense because you're transitioning from something that was familiar and something that you liked or what you're used to, and you're transitioning to somewhere else. And sometimes this transition is somebody helping us through this. So this could be, in a sense, the Queen of Pentacles or the Queen of Pentacles figure helping you kind of move from one situation to another. Because the Queen of Pentacles, even though Pentacles represents the monetary values of things or financial, she's very, she's a little bit all around, you know, she wears many hats. She's very skilled at that. She's very practical, and she's a great problem solver. So now with the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles represents like feeling like almost like a financial loss. You have like a financial loss of some time. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you 100% have a financial loss, but it could be that you feel like you don't have enough. It could be, for instance, let's say you were supposed to get a bonus and then the bonus came and it wasn't as much as you anticipated. So it's something like that. You feel like you have a little bit of a setback in a sense. And the week 3, the Nine of Wands is all about having to feel like you're defending your ground. It asks you to take a look at the situation. Is the situation, whatever the situation is it worth continuing to defend the situation? Is it worth it? But it says that if it is worth it to you, you're almost to the end. Like you're almost there. Like you're defending your position, but you're almost there. And then with the Ace of Pentacles, this is about new financial opportunities coming your way. So I think it's going to be it's something emotionally I feel like you're moving from. I think you're having to let whatever this page, this emotional, because pages also, they fall in love easily. So something emotionally, you might realize that it's not necessarily the most practical sense, and you're moving from it. And I think like week 1, you're kind of realizing whatever this is, let's say this could be a relationship. It could just be anything that you're emotionally invested in. You're realizing that you need to move forward, and you might actually have some help from friends or somebody kind of helping you through this journey to progress forward in your mind or your emotions. And I feel like with this, whatever you're kind of in a sense letting go, you're going to feel like you might be lacking financially or you're lacking some kind of practical aspect. And sometimes I don't think this is necessarily like it doesn't have to be a major financial lack. It's something that you feel at that moment was that you feel like you're lacking something. So it could be something minor. Like I said before, it could be just that you thought you were going to get more money with something and then you wound up not receiving as much back, or if some situation you kind of have that lack feel, that kind of feel about that. But I feel like with whatever you're doing here, by just standing your ground in the situation, like let's say if you are leaving somebody, by standing your ground and kind of getting through it, I think new opportunities are going to be arising, and these could be financially good for you. So I definitely think there's a lot of kind of you're moving away from one situation, you're transitioning and you're going through a little bit of a tough period between week 2 and week 3. There's a little bit of like, you're feeling a loss in a sense and you're kind of standing your ground. But by the end of the month, I think you're going to be, I think the Chariot really goes with this Ace of Pentacles here, because the Chariot is about forward movement, and the Chariot also is about overcoming obstacles. You're not letting obstacles stand in your way. Like, you know, there's going to be obstacles, and I believe those obstacles are the week 2 and week 3 and even week 1. You know, it's not easy always transitioning, however, from one thing to another, but I think it's going to be worth it at the end. So whatever you're doing, I think it's going to be, you're worth kind of trudging through the mud a little bit to get to the other side. So now with your Oracle cards, first up, you have Masquerade. So now this card, this deck kind of represents maybe more of the negative elements that you might have to encounter during the month. So the Masquerade card, in a sense, is somebody's putting on a mask, and in a sense, they're pretending to be somebody who they're not. So at that moment, they look a certain way, but when you peel, I guess, when you delve deeper into the situation, they're not quite who they're pretending to be, because a masquerade is kind of this fancy ball. Everybody doesn't really know. They're wearing masks. They're pretending. They're putting on like a certain persona. So let's say if this was a relationship or somebody that, it could be friendship, whatever, however it relates to you. I'm wondering if you have to peel back maybe, because the emotions, this Page of Cups, it could be sometimes let's say if this is a relationship, or even a friendship, whatever, we build people up in our heads more than they really are. And we can become emotionally attached to a certain thing, or we become emotionally attached to an idea. And I feel like this is saying that you're going to have to peel off that mask. You're going to have to look at, with the Queen of Pentacles, like the real practical situation. Like, what is it really? What is it truly? Like, this person or this situation might not be as wonderful when it comes down to it as you might feel it is. So however this works for you, just go with what works. But something you have to really, I feel like something may not be as showing its true face, in a sense, as you would like. And I think you're going to be realizing that, and I think you're going to be switching directions. I really think with the Six of Swords and this Chariot here, you're moving in a new direction. And, you know, there might be a little bit of bumps in the road, but you're moving to something better. So I think that's fantastic. Now, next up, you got Candle Magic. Speak your breath into the velvet. Recite along its spine all that you desire, all that which will unravel. Now, this card represents kind of putting your intentions out there. I guess it's kind of almost like a light in the darkness that you can see, but it's all about putting your intentions out there. So I think I take this as more of like a manifestation card. So like whatever your thoughts and whatever you want, if you put it out there in a positive way, I definitely think that you will receive positivity back. So I think this card is saying that, in a sense, because if you think candles, they light the darkness. So if, let's say with this masquerade, maybe somebody or something wasn't quite what you thought they were, and now it's saying to shine some light on the situation, see what the situation truly is. And I think from doing that, you are going to be deciding, I think you're no longer going to be necessarily leading with your emotions as the Page of Cups. I think you're going to be coming into this whole practical, like you're going to be looking at it in a more practical situation. Now, this could be you looking at something, deciding you have to become the Queen of Pentacles and look at things in a more practical situation. Or this could be meaning somebody is helping you realize the practical situation. You know, this could be some figure in your life. You take it how it resonates, because everybody's different. Everybody's situation is different. But I think sometimes tarot, there's connections, or there's similarities with certain things. There's connections. So this could be somebody helping you look at something practical, or you're starting to look at things practically. But I think you're moving. I think you're really going to wind up moving from this old thing that's not quite on the up and up to something much better. So that's fantastic. Then you have Fuchsia. It's about true feelings. Within you is all you need to know. So I think that's very interesting. And then you also had a second one of this come out, Sweet Asylum. It's about clarity. Bright paths of understanding will open. And that's interesting because I thought you have another card here that's about light as well, which I thought that's so crazy that they came out like that, because I feel like this clarity and the bright paths of understanding will open is to go with this candle magic, which it's almost putting light into the darkness and speaking kind of what you want into the universe and putting your intentions out there and kind of sticking with it in a sense. So I think you're going to gain some clarity of whatever situation. You're not going to be leading with your heart anymore. You're going to be kind of going to that practical and mental space to kind of move forward with it, which is fantastic. And the true feelings within you is all you need to know. I feel like you kind of know. I think that's where this practical aspect comes in, because you kind of know something might not be quite on the up and up, but sometimes our emotions, they lead our brain, and sometimes we kind of get into trouble with that. So I think you're going to be kind of coming to terms with it. And that's why you could be feeling the sense of you needing to move on, and the sense of loss, and then defending yourself, and defending your position could be mean, I am leaving this person, or I am going to be switching gears and I'm not going back. And sometimes that's not always easy. So next up, you got citrine that says bring in the light. So this is another card of bringing in the light. And I think by doing that, I think you're going to feel happier as well. I think you're going to let something go, and you're going to feel like more emotionally stable as well, because that's what she is also. She's very, very practical. She's very stable. Like she's one of my favorite queens in the deck, if not my favorite, because she has a little bit of everything, you know? So I think this is going to be really, really good for you. Then you have sacred union. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. Now, this could be, for those that are in a relationship and somebody's helping you, kind of this could be that. I think this could also just be that, let's say if this is somebody who has your back and they're trying to help you through this situation. I feel like this could be saying that, like, that friend is really in your corner. Because sometimes these cards, they could relate to relationships, but sometimes I think they could be people that are helping us. Because a lot of times, something like this, if it's emotional, we're switching gears, we tell friends, we tell family about it. And sometimes you can tell when somebody really has your back, and other times people are kind of like, a little shadiness going on. But I feel like in this situation, I think that you're going to have somebody that's really kind of in your corner and wanting what's best for you. So I think that's fantastic. So I think that's just saying that, like, honor the person that's helping you through this situation. But this could also be a relationship. So, okay. So then you have, be sure to taste your words before you spit them out. So I thought this was interesting because I definitely feel like whatever situation this is, it's something that is a little bit more emotional for you. So I think this might be just reminding you that because of this is more of an emotional level, and I think you're going to be realizing or coming to terms with certain things. Sometimes we get angry, we get mad, but I think this is saying that take a second and think about what you're about to say before you say it. So I think that's good advice. I think that's good advice for anybody, really. But I think because this is a little bit like an emotional situation, I think this could be, you get what I'm saying here. Okay, so, and then the last, your food fortune, the spirit of the dish that will be with you, Libras, in the month of April is the bagged one. So you got the potato chips or any kind of chip in the bag. So you got the bagged one with you. Now, think of a question. We're going to ask the Magic 8 Ball in a second, but I'm going to do your little stone first and your numbers and letters. Okay, so what do we got here? Oh, you got strength. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I think you have what it takes, because with this defending your position, I think you're going to get through it. I just think you need to kind of have, just believe in yourself, because this Chariot is all about, you're going to hit some obstacles. And I believe these 3 weeks are kind of more the obstacles that you're going to be hitting, but it's about moving through them. So I think you have the strength to move right along through this. So I think that's really fantastic. So let's also get your Okay, so let's see what we got here. So you have R. Do the numbers in a second. B, F, E, X, and you have I, and then you have 0896. Okay. So now let's ask the magic 8 ball. Okay, think of your question. Oh, mystical magical 8 ball, the mightiest ball of all the balls in the world. What is the answer to Libra's April 2022 question? It says, what does it say? Hold on a second here. What is it? It's deciding. It's taking. Okay, it says it's definitely so. So there you go, Libras. I hope you have a wonderful month. I'll see you guys later. Bye.